everyone, and welcome to the Parenting Show. I'm your host, Juliet. Being a parent is one of the greatest gifts in the world, but no one prepares you for it. So we learn as we go and become superheroes. Today, we have a great show lined up for you, and I'll be taking you through Parenting 101. Remember, you can talk to us on our social media at ktnhome underscore on Twitter and IG, and at ktnhome on Facebook. Remember, the hashtag to use is hashtag the parenting show. You can also talk to me on my personal social media handles at Julene Megan. That is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Indeed, parenting doesn't come with a manual. And as others say, trust yourself. You can do better than you think. My name is Chepchumba Cherus, and this is The Parenting Show. Connect with me on my social media handles on Instagram at Chepchumba Cherus, on Twitter at Malin Cherus, and on Facebook at Chepchumba Cherus. Hi guys, welcome to The Parenting Show. My name is Chepchumba Cherus, or you can call me Chep. And today on my story, I'm hosting a couple. We know them from YouTube, from the Blue Room on YouTube. It's Soila and Katis. They'll be here on the show. They'll be sharing with us their journey into parenting, how parenting has been for them, how they got into the journey. I mean, for them, it wasn't an easy ride. Come on, most of you people. So, yes, I'm so excited to have them. Hi, Soila and Katis.
Hi.
Hey, Chep, how are you?
I am good. Mko poa?
Iko salama kabisa.
So, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for even coming through. So, able to introduce to kidogo, and so after that, we start the conversation.
So my name is Soila. I am a wife and also a mother. Also content creators on YouTube, myself with my husband, and he will introduce himself.
Curtis is my name. Soila's husband, as she has explained. I'm a father. Fatherhood and husband come first for me. Content creator. I'm a teacher as well as an artist. And that's basically what I do.
Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. So let's start into your journey into. Let me start with Soila at least. Then Katis tutaingilia hapo hivyo. Soila, how was your journey into motherhood? I mean, you've shared most of your content on YouTube, but let's just speak to that person mwenye hajawahi hata maybe hata YouTube.
Yeah. So my journey has been an interesting one that started in 2018, but we were able to get a baby in 2020. So it has been a long journey because we had conceived in 2018 and 2019 and lost like 3 pregnancies. And then this last one worked till full term, and then we gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. So I can say it has been a challenging journey for us until 2019 when now it's the pregnancy lasted to full term, and having to go through like taking different medicines and also like suppositories just to help with the pregnancy. It's been interesting, it's been tiring, but honestly it's rewarding. We are happy parents right now.
I can feel it's all my daughter, but I'm so happy for you. I mean,
thank you.
Will you share story yako? I was trying to watch your story, Niko, to guy Soila. How do you even just sit and share your story and not even break down? Anyway, tuambie journey yako, how you got pregnant, then you started having miscarriages, just in a nutshell, kidogo.
There's no reason whatsoever. I have cheerleaders here, so they're making me laugh. So it has been, I think, conceiving for us was not a problem. Conceiving was easy for us, but I think sustaining the pregnancy was the part that was really the toughest. Losing a child is not easy, and I think when before us sharing our story online, we took 2 years to heal. So that's why we're not able to break down. It's not like it's still painful. We are still in another stage of grieving, you know. We are not done yet, but now I can say we have done 90% of the healing process. And I think because just having a baby right now, it makes it easier to just heal fully, you know. Now you have that thing that you've been looking for a very long time. And I think we've never known the cause of medically the cause of the miscarriages. We were supposed to do the test, but by the time we were going to do the test, we found out that we are pregnant with the current boy that we have. So we never got to know why we've been losing the pregnancies, the previous pregnancies. But so far, so good. I can honestly say, because my uterus is okay. Everything is okay. I don't have any medical conditions that has been causing me to lose children.
And Curtis, let me just bring you in kidogo. How are you feeling as a man when your wife was going through miscarriages? I mean, for her, it's something else. Yeah. And for you as a man in the relationship, how are you there for her and making sure, of course, sanity hata unaweza kuwa mwendo wazimu. How are you making sure that she was okay?
First of all, if I could share in her pain, I would have. If I could just take all that pain, pumziki, I would have. Because in as much as we were both grieving, I think for her being the carrier of the pregnancy, her pain was on a whole other level. So there are times I would just watch her and she just break down randomly in the middle of a conversation, or she just wakes up at night crying. And for the longest time, I just wished I could be the one to take that pain on her behalf. So it was really hard, but I think the most I could do was just be there for her, because she was at a place, even, you know, there are times when you are grieving, even words of encouragement don't really go far. So the most you can do for someone is just be there. You don't really have to say much. You don't have to talk. You don't have to try and encourage them. Just be there. Let them see that you're there. So for me, that's what I dedicated myself to do, and just let her know that she's not in this alone. Yeah, and that things will be better. So yeah.
Okay, and Soila, wow, guy. Anyway, Soila, and for you, as in, I can imagine. I have a baby. She's almost 2 years old, but I can imagine how you feel. Mine is big. Mine is a big girl. Yeah. So after umembwana dog uko na ball, like even the fourth time, like the time you were carrying this baby that you have at the moment, uliogopa, like ulikuwa hata nasikia za pregnancy, like you might just miscarriage, ama as in, how did you walk through that journey? Hata unaona tu bump inakuwa, as in that's a miracle, I think.
It is. First of all, I was very excited because I remember when I had, you miss your period and you think you're pregnant, and then I went to do tests, the home test, and they're saying negative, and I decided to call my doctor so we can go and have him scan and then see if there's anything. It's like, oh, there's nothing here, but since there's nothing, I'm still going to put you on those dawas that pregnant women are given, the folic acids, the calcium, and the others. But for me, because of my history, I was given suppositories just to help, to ensure that things go well. And after going back home and then doing the test again and seeing the faint pink line, I was so excited. Curtis was not home. I was so excited. I know we did a snippet of that part, me telling him on YouTube, but when I told him, he didn't believe me. He actually he drove us back to a center to go buy the test again to confirm a more expensive test so that he can, like, are you seriously, you're pregnant? The excitement was there for the first week. And then the reality checked in again. Like, we've gone through miscarriages before. Is this one going to last? So there's that fear aspect, but we kept on talking positive words to one another and each other, and ensuring that probably the things that we didn't do right with the other pregnancies, let's try and do things right this time around. Is it avoiding certain, because I also asked my doctor, should I avoid certain foods and fruits? It's like, yeah, there are certain foods and fruits that are related to miscarriages. They can induce labor before. So just avoid them. I will put you on this suppository just to ensure that implantation happens. So we went through different processes that ensure that, and also prayer. I know doctors can do so many things, but God is the ultimate person who can sustain a pregnancy, So we prayed a lot about it. we prayed about it every single day, that this baby will be able to see him, we'll be able to hold him in our arms. And once we passed, and I remember when we were pregnant in the initial stages, we didn't share it with anyone, because you can go ahead sharing, and then the next week there's nothing to show of what you've shared, So I know that was a fearful way of handling it, but after waiting for the 12-week mark, I just waited for my bump to show, and we saw the bump showing, and we're like, actually we have a baby. And then we started experiencing kicks. We're like, oh my god, it's actually real. It's overwhelmingly beautiful. Something that we've never experienced, a stage that we've never gotten into. I know we've cried before, but this time around we're even experiencing their kicks. We can see their heartbeat. Honestly, it is one, we were really happy. We were really, really happy. Yeah, so we outgrew the fear after the 12-week mark. Was like, oh, tumepita the dangerous part, but also having a supportive doctor, a supporting husband, and a supporting team of friends really helped us know that we are in it. This one is going to last till full time.
And so after you conceived, you now umepita the first trimester, even the second trimester. How was it for you? Like, how are you health-wise? Okay, ama you had problems? Or like you're craving, tafadhali?
My goodness, I have nothing but joy to share during my pregnancy journey. I did not have food cravings. I did not have nausea. I did not puke, not even once. I did not have.
She just craved.
I just craved Curtis. I just wanted Curtis to be next to me all the time, I had separation anxiety when I had to go to work.
the number of times I almost Skyped Jobo.
Yeah, because I'm like, just stay here with me. That's honestly, it was really another case. Going through this pregnancy, I didn't have breakouts. I didn't have food aversions. I enjoyed all my meals. I loved cravings. I did a lot of boiled eggs. There's a barabara. I loved them so much. I did boiled eggs. I did, what is there eat a lot on the road? I did a lot of
street food.
I loved street food. When I was pregnant, miwaya barabara. Yes, miwaya barabara. Yes. Everything ya barabara. Curtis was learning kule Kristi ya barabara utaendesha. But I wanted to eat everything. Chika kwa traffic. Can I buy? I was like, no.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yes. Such a graceful pregnancy until the full term. I think now the only thing that now after birth is when I retained a lot of water in my feet after giving birth. That took a long time to drain. So that's the only challenge that I can say I experienced.
Yeah.
That is after giving birth. So it made it difficult for me to walk around. So I just had to sit with my feet up all the time and sleep with my feet up. Yes.
Okay. And how was delivery for you? Did you go for the normal delivery or you went to CS?
I actually went so what happened with my baby, another miracle story that we have to share is my baby flipped at 38 weeks. He was in normal birth. No, at 28, he was, from 28 weeks, he was facing down. But at 38 weeks, he flipped to be on bridge position. So, and I'm like, I'm almost due. My baby is head up. And I wasn't willing to go through CS. I wasn't ready for another surgery. I'm like, I've already gone through miscarriages. There's nothing wrong with CS, but I just wanted to experience a natural birth, So I told him. So the doctor decided to, because they don't allow you to go through labor when you're going through CS. So she told me, now I have to book you for CS. And I'm like, okay, just book me, but give me an extra week so that I can wait for my mother to come. She was out of the country, so that she'll be there during when I'm going through this. I'm like, okay, you're lucky, I'll give you that. But in hindsight, myself and Curtis and our friends were going to pray for this baby to be turned back. But the doctor was like, most people told us it's impossible. It's near to impossible for a baby at 39 weeks to turn again, because they're already big and there's not so much space for them to turn. And I remember him when I went for the scan for me to confirm for a natural birth to be confirmed, because I have to do a scan to see that the baby is well positioned. And the scan lady was like, your baby is breech position. I'm like, okay, so I have to take this report back to my doctor and tell him that the baby is breech. She's like, yeah, you have to. So I went to the doctor. She's like, yes, I'm booking you for this date for your CS. And then when I went out of that hospital that day, I was really sad. Curtis was not there with me. I just called him, Kambia, yeah, they've said this and that. But for me, I believe our faith that this baby can be face down. So we started praying, and in 1 week, this boy was down again. So I went back for the at 39 weeks, and I'm like, when I was now supposed to go for my CS, he was facing down, and I was like, oh my God, nothing short of miracle, honestly. But Moni Paul told us that was a miracle. It's rare for babies at 39 weeks to turn back again after being on breech position. Then from there, I was booked in for my normal delivery. I waited till the EDD. That's when he decided to come. I gave birth at 1:45 p.m. AM, sorry. AM. I didn't labor for long again. I had like 2 hours of like active labor, 2 hours, and then with 4 pushes, the boy was out. And yeah, here we have it.
So after, okay, I can imagine when you may transition to miscarriages to having a baby. Now you're starting another new journey of being the 3 of you. Let me throw it to Curtis kwanza.
Yes.
Ni Curtis ama ni wewe? Curtis. So how are you able to share love between mom, baby? Una make sure umelove iko. Unajua, okay, kuna ile times yenye ukisha deliver unakaa nyumbani nini. Ano mimi niliambiwa hiyo time ufai kukaa nyumbani, like just get out, go with your husband for lunch nini. How are you able to share your love between Soila and baby?
First of all, nothing prepares you for parenthood like parenthood. So the only thing that can make you ready for parenthood is you getting into parenthood itself.
Exactly.
And for me, it's been very interesting. It's been very exciting, but it started off as a challenge because the kind of demand that it placed on me was quite crazy. I didn't expect that. I used to tell Soila, don't worry. See, the baby is mine. I'll wake up at night, but nobody told me I'll wake up at night every 2 hours. So that was an adjustment that I really had to figure out how it's going to work. Because after that kind of sleep deprivation, you are sleepy almost during the whole time during the day. So it was a bit of challenge, but I don't think I had a problem sharing a love between her and the child. I think she had a problem sharing.
It was vice versa, please.
It was vice versa. Because now she has this two boys. Hey.
I have 2 boys. They all want my attention.
She has these 2 boys. We all want attention from her. But at least being the mature one, to understand that, okay, this is baby time. She has to do what she has to do.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah. So
okay,
I don't think I had a problem balancing. I think she's the one who had a problem balancing the 2 of us.
Balancing. And so, mulijuaje, like it was about time for us to share our story, to just encourage someone out there going through the same thing that we went through, just to tell them that, you know what, hold up, there is light at the end of the tunnel. When did you know like it was the right time for you guys to share your story?
From the beginning, from the moment we started going through those miscarriages, for me, I knew that this is going to be a testimony at some point. I knew it from the beginning. It's just that it was a process that was not very enjoyable, but I knew it was going to turn out for the greater good.
Yeah.
So the moment the baby was delivered, because that's what we did. We started preparing our story way in advance, but we knew we were not going to release anything until the baby is here with us, so that the baby can be the evidence of the story. He can be the fruit of the journey and the process. Yeah. So the moment he came, we knew this is the time.
Yeah. I think for us, again, we wanted. People are different. People do share their miscarriage story 1 week after they've gone through it, For us, we decided to go through the healing process because we wanted to also have, like, let it come full circle. What helped us in healing. How are we able to share it right now? It's because we just didn't want to share a story for the sake of sharing a story. We also wanted to also share what worked for us. What did we apply to ensure that we come this far, and as far as healing is concerned? What worked for us? What didn't work? Where did we consult? What didn't we not do? And we were able to, we decided to wait until we were healed and have enough information to share, so that we just don't share for the sake of sharing a miscarriage story. We also wanted to help someone outside there. And yeah, it happened to be 2020. We didn't know when, but it happened to be this year.
2020. And so far, how has it been? Like, okay, we'd come to the advice. You'll advise moms later on.
Yeah.
So sai journey ya parenting ikoje kwenu? Inawapelekaje? Inawakimbiza? Mko sawa? Mnagombana? Mnapendana?
Everything you've said. All those.
I think initially excited baby here 1 week.
Yeah.
After the first 7 days, you're like, okay, me, I'm exhausted because we've been waking up every 2 hours. Me, I'm exhausted. You want to take care of him now? Me, I want to sleep. It's like, okay, I don't have boobs. I will wake you up, just try and take 2 minutes nap, and then 20 minutes after he comes and wakes me up, I'm like, I haven't had my full nap. Please just hold him for a while. So I give him a bottle and all that. And again, attention. I need to also not forget that I have a husband. And again, there's this 24-hour baby that needs your attention. So we had to ensure that we sit down every end of the week or every evening and just say, honey, I didn't like how you treated me today. Or I loved how you treated me today. We had to do that because if we were to wait for the week to elapse and talk about it, there was a bag of offense that we were carrying because of being exhausted and adjusting to a newborn. You know, things for us, there's something called the mass classes that people do go through. We didn't finish ours. It's to prepare you for a baby. Us, we didn't finish ours because of different responsibilities. So we were in it the moment we gave birth, and at least we had support from mom and other people who were helping us around the house with the cooking, the cleaning and everything. Now the baby was fully our responsibility, and still it was too much. So yes, we fought. And again, we also found a common ground because now our marriage had to change because now we have somebody else. We had to grow. And the growing pains were evident. The growing pains were there. The expanding and the sacrifices that we had to make to be able to be present for each other and also be present for the baby had to be made, you know. But honestly, I have the best supportive husband in the world, because I keep on saying Curtis does night shift because my baby accepted the bottle early on. And so there are nights I get to sleep throughout the night and he will take care of the baby until morning when I wake up and now take the baby. So it has been, we had to come to that place because we were...
I think for us, what helped us was to realize that she's never been a mother before. I've never been a dad before. So nobody is coming here with the expert experience of how to do. So I think just having that understanding that we are all learning, and let us expect that we will make mistakes. But in the mistakes, let's also anticipate to have grace and patience for each other. Yeah, and knowing that you're in this, the two of you, I think that just makes things easier 100 times over.
So as we wind up this conversation, ebu mniambie sasa, what, you know, kulikuwa na physical, not psychological, not physical, psychological effects that miscarriages had on you guys, and how are you able to deal with it, even psychological and emotional, sindio? It'll affect emotionally and psychologically. How are you able to come out of it, and any advice you'd give to young parents or just people who, somebody who's expecting a baby and go through miscarriages?
I think I am happy we have a community of friends and family that really love us and they are in it for us. And I remember after the third miscarriage, and I was like, I'm done here. I was really, I even had to leave my workplace because I couldn't process anything. I was in a really bad state. But because of a supporting husband, I mean, he was there. He would come every evening, and every time, like in the morning, he'd ask me, how are you today? How are you feeling this now? Do you have anything you want to explain? And then at lunchtime, so how are you feeling right now? And I'm like, okay, this and this is what I'm feeling. In the evening, how are you feeling? How was your day today? And we are together the whole day, but he'll still take time to ask me, how are you feeling and how are you going, how are you doing? Because mentally and emotionally, I'm processing so many things. I didn't have the capacity to also ask him how he was doing. I think I was in a bad place. I know he was also not in a good place, but I was in a bad place. He had to take time to come in and help me out. So the step that we took for us, we had to go through therapy and counseling. We had to have someone come over and help us process what we were thinking, help us process our emotions and the psychological state that we were in. So having a counselor really helped us understand and unpack our feelings and our emotions, and also allowed us to grieve and not skip any process, because you can easily put grieving aside and let me move with life, as we went through every step and every stage of the grieving process, so that nothing comes and biting us again later on in life. So we went through that, and also talking to a friend, somebody you really trust, somebody you know has your back. And for people outside there who have friends who've gone through miscarriages, kusema ati there are some words that are not allowed. Just be present, Don't say, oh, sijui, yeah, baby will come in the future, it's okay, there's another one, you'll make another one. Some of those words at that time of grieving, they don't make sense to us. So ensure that you're just being present. And the things that you can ask for is, what do you want for lunch? Can I take you out for shopping? Can I come and help you? Just let's watch a movie. That's how you can be present. It's not about being you're not dishing out advice. It's just as friends, be present for a person who's going through grieving, and a person who's going through grieving, allow people in. It's hard to allow people in at that time, but you can find one person that you can allow in, or not. If you cannot allow in, let your husband handle that, so that he can have the strength, after having support, can have the strength to come and also supply to you.
Kachi?
Yes, I think for me, the greatest effect was fear. The fear thing was really a big issue for me. It took a lot of my mental and emotional processes. So dealing with it was the biggest issue, because I remember even when we finally got pregnant and things started to look like we might actually keep this, the fear thing was still a problem. So it took time to deal with it. And I think for me, I approached it from a spiritual angle, because that's what was the only way that was making sense for me. So it has been dying off. I think I'm much better now than I was before. The panic attacks I used to have, I no longer have them, because I used to have quite a number of them. Anytime that thought comes that, oh my gosh, you might lose this one too. But it's been a process of growing from it. And I think I can say I'm really okay now. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Soila and Curtis, for sharing your story. I mean, you guys, you can follow them on YouTube. There is a whole story at Jasema hapa. Kuna whole story huko. Single, it's plural on YouTube. Single.
Yes, Soila and Curtis. Just go YouTube, search Soila and Curtis. You will find all the nice content there.
Good. Cool. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time. Kisses to baby.
Thank you. We will, Asante.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been my story, and I've been having a conversation with Soila and Curtis to share their story. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, to them, I think, let me just say, I wish you nothing but God's blessings. May God's grace be sufficient for you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, so bye. See you next time.
Bye.